Secondly, I don't know where you got your information from, but Senator Coons left Nairobi, I think it was on Sunday last week, because I talked to him on Monday, and he had already arrived in Washington, D.C. Because he met the other side, and he also came and met with us. And we told him exactly what we know and the reason why we are actually going to the streets. And he said that that is our democratic right, to go to the street to protest peacefully. He did not see anything wrong with us doing that at all. So, but we need to know that we are not a colony of the United States. So we do things as Kenyans. We are happy when our international friends want to come and make suggestions how we should resolve our issues. But ultimately, Kenyan problems must be solved by Kenyans, Kenyan leaders. That's the reason why we said we are calling a truce, a ceasefire, to give negotiations a chance. But we want to reiterate very clearly here that if the other side does not cooperate, then we will have no other option but to go back to the trenches. And this will be maybe as early as sometimes next week.
We'll take 2 more questions.
All right, sir. My name is Emmanuel Tov from KTN News. 2 questions. One, are you already having a list of those members who will be in the committee, in the bipartisan talks? Do you have a list of those who will be there and will be leading the team? Number 2, are you warming up, or are you ready for the position of the official opposition if that is floated? Thank you.
Yes, we know who is going to represent us. It has been suggested that we will have a committee of 14, that is 7. This is from Parliament, both houses of Parliament. But we have said that this process, we want it to be akin to the process that was led by Kofi Annan. That is we're going to have members of Parliament in it, but they are going to sit outside Parliament. They will negotiate and only take the final product to Parliament as an accord, which will then be passed by Parliament. We don't want it to be taken and then be encumbered with those rules and so on of Parliament. We want it to be a process that is people-driven.
My name is Chamutai Goin.
There are now about, I want to make it very clear. We have never talked about a handshake. That is the language coming from the other side. They're the ones who have been saying, oh, these people, wanataka tu handshake, nusu mukati, and so on. Take it to Mr. Gachagua. Tell me, I don't even want to shake his hands.
My name is Chamutai Goin from Citizen TV, and I have one question. Looking at the bipartisan approach, is your team maybe concerned about the neutrality of Parliament, alive to the fact that there have been a lot of movements that have been witnessed? And is that why maybe there's that call to have external individuals who are not members of Parliament, noting that maybe there would be allegiance to the various parties that they represent?
Now, what we have said is that we will have members of Parliament negotiating with their members of Parliament. But we have also a team to which that team negotiating is going to be reporting to. And we expect that the other side will also have a similar structure. We will not say that these other ones are also going to be negotiating. We'll have members of Parliament negotiating, but they are going to be answerable to a team of leadership from Azimio.
Last question.
My name is Justice Ocheng from Daily Nation. So, Diga, you mentioned that there were prior meetings between members of your team and members from the government side, and that the president's address fell short of the issue that had been discussed. Maybe what are these issues that were discussed, and who are these members of these teams, and when did they meet?
That is not really an issue of concern to you when they met and so on. And those who met actually were representatives, emissaries from both sides. But you need to know that the request came from the other side. And our people responded and gave conditions. There have even been allegations that I met Mr. Ruto, maybe, I don't know, in the Mara and so on. Nothing could be further from the truth. There's been no meeting between me and Mr. Ruto. But we say that the statement did not include what we had been agreed. And that's why we took the opportunity and the privilege to reiterate the issues that were put on the table.
Thank you very much.